Good morning. We're so glad you're waking up with us today. You have heard about the dangers of high fructose corn syrup. Here with more information for us is Dr. Charles Adams. Thanks for joining us. First of all, what is high fructose corn syrup?
It's bad news. I mean, it's the sweetener that was invented in the late 50s, early 60s, and
those of us born in the 70s grew up on high fructose corn syrup. It was in everything. I mean, it
horrific.
Still is, but I remember us
is.
thinking it was better than sugar.
Well, they pitched it that way, and accordingly, they've put the stuff in just about everything. It's atrocious.
So what do we do?
Well, eliminating it is a real good idea. More and more, they're realizing that there's a relationship between high blood pressure and fructose, between diabetes and fructose. The fructose acts on our insulin like rocket fuel, and just a little bit of fructose will cause our pancreas to make a whole bunch more insulin, and it's insulin that makes our body make fat. And so a little bit of fructose goes a long way. And the cruel thing is the more you cut back, it's sort of like that little itty bitty bit still has an incredible effect. I mean, it's a real tough thing to get a handle on.
How much sugar do we need in our diets?
Well, we should be getting sugar from the complex carbohydrates
Such as?
Found primarily in all the vegetables.
Okay.
In other words, our diets should primarily consist of vegetables. Anywhere from 40 to 80% of our diet should be the veggies. And years ago, I had a vegetarian explain how to do it. He said, just look down at your plate, and if it's got all the colors, the more colors you see, then you've got a good balance of the amino acids. Now, I'm not saying everyone ought to be a vegetarian, but we need a whole lot less of the fructose, and the high protein diet like the Atkins thing, that's not a good idea. It's not a healthy way to go. Eating more of the complex carbohydrates is the very best thing we can do. A small smattering of fruits, nuts, but the basis should be the veggies.
Now, where is this high fructose corn syrup primarily in? Is it processed foods?
Virtually every processed food, if it's been processed, they've probably snuck some high fructose corn syrup in.
Will it say fructose when we're looking at the label, or is it hidden so that we don't know?
You're going to get me in trouble because the problem is they're pitching it now as, oh, it's from corn, so it's all natural. It's got to be good, and it's a big lie. And the public is turning on to high fructose corn syrup is bad, and so they will change it to natural corn sweeteners or something, crazy like that. And so they'll change the words, and so you've just got to be on your toes. And on the other hand, if it's processed, you can almost assume that it's probably got high fructose corn syrup in it.
Now, between the two, obviously, you're saying you should have regular sugar over having high fructose corn syrup, but both are bad.
Both are bad. I mean, in the 1700s, I can't remember the exact numbers, but the average American consumes something like
4 pounds a year.
4 pounds of sugar a year. And we've got people that are eating consuming a half a pound of sugar a day through the drinks, through the sodas and carbonated beverages. It's horrific.
And that's the number one thing you said we could start cutting out, is those carbonated, sugared beverages.
But the trouble is, even the fruit juices, they are loaded with that high fructose corn syrup. You think, well, I'm not going to give my child a cola, but I'll give them this
apple juice.
This apple juice, and it's just laced with the high fructose corn syrup. And there you go. You're paving the way for diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, all those things.
So cut that stuff out now.
Unfortunately, it's got to go, or it should go.
All right. Real quickly, you still have the chelation therapy going on, and we have a short time for folks to enroll in this. This is a heart study.
It's a heart study. It's the NIH federally funded study. The enrollment's getting ready to end at the end of this month. We are pleased and proud to be one of the 100 sites here in America, alongside Duke and some of the other big guys. But if you're over 50, if you've had a heart attack, there's a high probability you'll qualify to get in the study. You'll keep your regular doctor. You'll keep your regular medicines. You'll just come in and have the opportunity to participate in medical history. And it costs you nothing. We're not supposed to say it's free, so I won't say that. But it's about $5,000 worth of treatment for nothing. And you'll get vitamins and minerals and treatments, and it's quite exciting. So we hope some folks will come in and help us fill up the enrollment and close out here at the end of June.
All right, let's put the information on the screen. If you're interested in the chelation therapy, of course, you can give Dr. Charles Adams a call, but he answers all medical questions for you. He's a general physician.
Internist.
Oh, thank you. A general internist on Cloud Springs Road, 706-861-7377. drprevent.com. Get you more information, too. Stay with us. We're going to take a short break, but remember, as always, speak with your doctor before making any health care changes. We'll be back.